Z transform. Like what we must have learned earlier about the properties of Laplace transform, similar kind of properties we will be discussing or talking about in terms of Z transform. In the previous class, we have talked about the difference or the discrimination what can be made between the Z transform and the Laplace transform, right? So Z transform, it is fixed that now it will be applicable for the discrete function, or it will be applicable for the sequence. And how is the sequence usually denoted by or generally expressed as? Sequence is usually sequence is usually expressed as Fn or Fk, and it is nothing but the ordered set of numbers which can be either real or which can be either complex. So what does linearity property says? Linearity property says that if f of n and g of n are such that they can be added or subtracted and a and b are constants, then Z transform is linear. Means while taking or when you take the Z transform of the sum of the two sequences or subtraction of the two sequences, it can be distributed over the addition or the subtraction. So here what is the statement? Z transform of a f of n plus minus b g of n is nothing but a into Z transform of the sequence f of n plus minus b into Z transform of the sequence g of n. And I know that what should be the result? Z of f of n should be a f of z. Z of g of n should be denoted by g of z, capital G of z. So by definition, we try to prove what is the definition of the Z transform. Z transform of any sequence is nothing but summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z to the power minus n. So we have to here calculate the Z transform of the sequence a f of n plus minus b g of n. So I will be multiplying this a f of n plus minus b g of n by z to the power minus n and take the summation over n equal to 0 to infinity. Now, summation is distributive over addition and subtraction as well. Moreover, whenever summation is taken over n, the other quantities or other terms which are not required or not connected with the summation can be taken outside. So a has nothing to do with the summation. I take out a outside. Summation over n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z to the power minus n, right? So f of n into z to the power minus n is nothing but f of z or f bar of z. B outside, summation n equal to 0 to infinity g of n into z to the power minus n, which is g bar of z or capital G of z. So in this case, I got the result as a into f bar of z plus minus b into g bar of z, that is a f of z plus minus b g of z. So this is the first property wherein they say that it is a linearity property in which we are distributing the Z transform operator. We are distributing the Z transform operator over f of n and g of n where it is plus minus in between. Either it is plus or it is minus. We can easily distribute the Z transform operator and get the answer. The linearity property will help us to solve the examples wherein they are connected with certain constant quantities and we have to distribute or we have to simplify them appropriately, right? The second property, what I can call it as, it is called as change of scale property or damping rule, or it is nothing but scaling in Z domain. So second property is called as change of scale property or damping rule. Usually the terminology used is damping rule, and it is nothing but scaling in Z domain. Z domain means a domain where a complex number exists. All of you know that in the definition of the Z transform, whatever is this Z to the power minus n, the small z to the power minus n is nothing but the complex number, and complex number is always calculated or represented in the Z domain or the complex plane. So what is this particular property telling us? The change of scale property statement is If z of f of n is f of z, then n a to the power n multiplied by f of n will give you the change in the RHS as f of z by a. So f of n when multiplied by a to the power n will be implemented in the RHS as f of z by a. In the RHS, you have to divide z by a when it is multiplied by a to the power n. Now it is very simple to prove. What is the definition? As per the definition of the z transform, for whichever term we need to calculate the z transform, it should be taken inside the summation sign n equal to 0 to infinity and multiply that particular term by z to the power minus n. So I take the product a to the power n into f of n multiplied by z to the power minus n, and summation is taken over n equal to 0 to infinity. Collect these two terms where their indices are same. Z to the power minus n, when it will be written in the denominator, it becomes 1 upon z to the power n. So in this case, I can write summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n multiplied by z to the power z by a to the power minus n, or you can convert a to the power n as 1 upon a to the power minus n. See, because fulfilling the definition of the Z transform, I want the negative index. And for negative index, this a to the power n positive index can be converted to negative by shifting it to the denominator. So either you convert Z to the power n, z to the power minus n as z to the power n, or you convert a to the power minus n as a to the power minus n by taking it in the denominator. So f of n multiplied by z by a to the power minus n. Why I am purposely or intentionally taking the power as negative? Because as per the definition of z transform, to whichever term we are multiplying by z to the power minus n, we take the z transform of that, and it is expressed in the variable z. So accordingly, f of n is multiplied by z by a to the power minus n. So in place of f of z, it will be z के जगह क्या है यहाँ पर z by a. A is also constant. So here we have f of z by a. So this is obtained by definition of z transform. So whenever we have the damping rule, or whenever we have the term which is multiplied by, whenever we have the term which is multiplied by a to the power n, so a to the power n into f of n into z to the power minus n, to satisfy the definition of z transform, kindly multiply the term which is having a negative index. So a to the power n into z to the power minus n, convert this a to the power n into negative form by converting or shifting it to the denominator, and जिस किसी से भी एफ ऑफ एन मल्टीप्लाई होता है और उसका पावर नेगेटिव है, वो आपका z ट्रांसफॉर्म का आउटपुट होगा. सो z ऑफ a to the power n into f of n is f of z by a. So this is called as scaling in z domain, which is equivalent to multiplying by a to the power n. And similarly, if it is multiplied by a to the power minus n into f of n, it will be az, f of az. In earlier case, it was z by a when it is a to the power n. When it is a to the power minus n, it is f of az. If in place of a to the power n or a to the power minus n, it is e to the power an, तो यहाँ पर नेगेटिव इंडेक्स क्या बनेगा? e to the power minus a into z. If it is e to the power minus an, वो क्या बनेगा? e to the power a z. सिंपल है. e to the power an can be written as e to the power a whole to the power n. तो a के जगह भी क्या पुट करना है? e to the power a. a के जगह भी क्या नेगेटिव पुट करना है? e to the power minus a. So accordingly, these are the two results which can be deduced from this particular result or the expression. So accordingly, whenever we get the answer, we try to simplify. So always remember, damping rule or scaling in z domain is a to the power n into f of n. A to the power minus n into f of n is f of az. E to the power an is e to the power minus a. E to the power minus an is e to the power a. Now, example, we try to see or find the value. Find z of a to the power n by using the change of scale property. Now, what do you understand or what do you mean by change of scale property? अभी अपन ने statement पढ़ा था change of scale property का. What does it says? It says that whichever term will be multiplied, whichever sequence will be multiplied by a to the power n, आपको z को replace करना है z by a से. So what is the rule? We have, as per the change of scale property or the damping rule, a to the power n into f of n as f of z by a. अभी यहाँ पर सिर्फ a to the power n है. So what must be the value of f of n? The value of f of n can be 1. So accordingly, here I can say that f of n is equal to 1. So capital F of z will be ultimately z transform of 1, which is z upon z minus 1. We have already calculated the z transform. And when I multiply this a to the power n into f of n, z should be replaced by z by a. So whatever is the result in this case, every z will be replaced by z by a. So क्या होगा? Z of a to the power n into 1 is nothing but z by a upon z by a minus 1. And if you simplify it, your answer should come out as z upon z minus a. So by change of scale property, a to the power n is multiplied to 1. What is this 1? 1 is our sequence f of n. In RHS, whatever is your f of z, in that you have to change that z by z to z by a. But ये f of z कैसे आता है? F of z is z transform of this sequence. So what is z transform of the sequence 1? Z transform of the sequence 1 is z upon z minus 1. And every z will be replaced by z by a in the RHS of the given statement. So ultimately I am getting the result as z of a to the power n is z upon z minus a. Z inverse of z upon z minus a is a to the power n. So also by definition we have already calculated z transform of a to the power n comes out to be z upon z minus a. In the previous slide you must have observed or you must have seen how to calculate the z transform of a to the power n by using the definition. So in this case, we are getting the same answer when we apply it with the help of the damping rule or the change of scale property. So this was one of the property which we call it as change of scale property or the damping rule or scaling in z domain. Now the next property what we are going to see is multiplication by positive integer n or differentiation in the z domain. Differentiation in the z domain means here the derivative exists on the right hand side. The differential operator exists on the right hand side, and therefore we say that it is the derivative or differentiation in the z domain. Now whenever this function f of n or a sequence, function नहीं बोलेंगे, f of n is always a sequence. So whenever this sequence f of n will be multiplied by n, what is the change in the RHS? Whatever is the z transform f of z, this z transform f of z is z transform of the sequence that will be differentiated with respect to z and multiply by minus z. So यहाँ पर आपने multiply किससे किया है? n से multiply किया है. So multiplication of the sequence by n. So here it is n f of n and the result comes out to be minus z into d by dz of capital F of z. So we have abhi as per the definition of the z transform we have only summation. d by dz कैसे अपने आप नहीं आएगा as per the definition. Unless and until you differentiate both sides, you won't be getting the derivative symbol or the operator d by dz. तो पहला काम क्या करना है? Whatever is the derivative of whatever is the definition of this z transform. What is the definition of the z transform? Z of f of n is equal to f of z. But how is z of f of n written as? Z of f of n is written as summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z to the power minus n. Differentiate both sides with respect to z, because in the result or in the RHS I see the term d by dz. So d by dz of f of z is d by dz of summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z to the power minus n. I hope this step is clear. Differentiation or the derivative directly नहीं आएगा unless and until you differentiate. Now LHS को as it is रखो, go in the RHS. This differentiation will go inside. अभी z के साथ differentiate होगा तो f of n constant है. What is derivative of z to the power minus n? X to the power n का derivative is n into x to the power n minus 1. So similarly, derivative of z to the power minus n will be minus n into z to the power minus n minus 1. So what I have written over here, minus n into z to the power minus n minus 1. अभी सीक्वेंस का लेना देना n से है, तो जो भी टर्म्स n के नहीं है, that can be taken outside the summation. अभी z to the power minus n minus 1 can be written as z to the power minus n upon z, and this z can be taken outside the summation sign. Minus भी बाहर ले लो, so minus 1 by z outside summation n equal to 0 to infinity n f of n into z to the power minus n. Summation is 0 to infinity z to the power minus n is multiplied by n f of n, means this must be the z transform of n f of n. We go in the reverse manner. Z transform of f of n is f of n into z to the power minus n. So z to the power minus n अगर यहाँ पर n f of n को multiplied है, so it should be the z transform of n f of n. So what result you are getting? Minus 1 by z को शिफ्ट कर दो ऑन द अदर साइड, माइनस 1 by z will become minus z over here. So minus z into d dz of f of z is nothing but z transform of n f of n. So z transform of multiplication by n is giving you the differentiation of f of z and multiplied by minus z. How you calculate z transform of n? And we have to use it to find the z transform of n square. N square can be written as n into n. So which property will be applicable there? Multiplication by n property will be applicable. So by definition of z transform, z of n will be n into z to the power minus n. Go on putting down the values of n as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So 0 into 1 is 0. 1 by z, 2 by z square, 3 by z cube, 4 by z to the power 4. क्या कॉमन निकल सकता है? 1 by z can be taken common. So we are left with 1 plus 2 by z plus 3 by z square plus 4 by z cube. If you remember, it is a binomial expansion in the form 1 minus x to the power minus 2. क्या होता है 1 minus x to the power minus 2 का? 1 plus 2x plus 3x square and so on. So 1 by z can be taken common. This is expansion of 1 minus 1 by z to the power minus 2, and simplification will give you the answer as 1 upon z into 1 minus 1 by z whole square, z upon z minus 1 whole square. See, first term in the geometric series should always be 1. It is convenient for us to calculate when it is 1. और आपने ये binomial expansion पढ़ा है in case of complex variable also, how it is 1 minus x to the power minus 2, 1 plus 2x, all the terms are positive and coefficients are in the increasing order, 3x square and so on. तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो 1 by z, 1 upon z square, 1 upon z cube. So 1 by z is nothing but the value of x. So accordingly यहाँ पर मेरा आंसर क्या आता है? z upon z minus 1 whole square. So z of n is nothing but z upon z minus 1 whole square. Abhi using this result of n, I have to calculate the value of n square. So what is that property? N into f of n. What is f of z we have got for z of n? We have got it as z upon z minus 1 whole square. उसमें अपने को डिफरेंशिएशन करना है ये रिजल्ट का and multiply the result by minus z. So f of n is 1, then z of 1 is z upon z minus 1. Z of n आता है z upon z minus 1 whole square. N square can be written as n into n. Take the derivative of this result and multiply by minus z. quotient rule is applicable. U by V, V into du by dx minus u into dv by dx upon v square. So z minus 1 whole square ka square will become z minus 1 to the power 4. Solve the terms in the numerator. You get the z transform of n square as z into z plus 1 upon z minus 1 whole cube. So this is one of the property which we call it as multiplication by n property. In multiplication by n property, the result obtained is the